everyone, this is Ginger with my sister Scrapper.
Hey everyone, I just want to share a real quick tutorial with you. I've had several people ask about the hairband binding that I do, and it's something that I learned from Belinda Akers. So I did ask her. I told her that I'd had several people ask about the hairband binding and ask her if it was okay if I did a tutorial, and she said yes. So thank you, Belinda. You need to check Belinda out. She's like amazingly talented, fabulous creative person. So that's where I learned my hairband binding, and this is just how I do it, so I just want to share that with you real quick. What I normally do, and I just got some chipboard here just to show you, I just use the regular hairbands, you know, that you put in your granddaughter's ponytails. And you can buy them at Walmart or Target or the dollar store. The only thing is I like the ones that don't have the, I've used both, but my preference is the ones that don't have the little metal piece here. It just makes it easier. And I do it a couple different ways depending on the size of the mini album that I have. Like for this particular one, which the pages are roughly 4 by 4, I just did 2 holes. And see, here's the ones that I did with the metal, and I'm not really sure. I mean, you can alcohol ink them, but I just prefer the ones without it. And so the 4 by 4, I only do 2 holes, but then if I do something a little bit bigger, I'm going to do 4 holes, and that's what I have on here. When I do something like is a 6 by 6 or a 5 by 5 or something like that, I usually do 4 holes. And I do 2 at the top, 2 in the bottom, or you can even do 6 holes and do 2 in the middle. So it's just whatever preference you have. So you just, what I do is I take my hairbands, and usually my albums, as you can tell, are really fat. Even with no embellishment on there, they're still really thick. But I like the hairband binding because it kind of makes it lay flat most of the time. So what I do is, again, depending on how thick my album is I'll take my hairbands, and again, this is just how I do it, and I loop them together like this. So you stick one in the other one, and then you loop it through so they're connected, and you have one long string like this, because I usually need that much give. And then so I have one for this hole, and then I do another set for this hole. So then I just take them, and you can do it either way. I've done it where I've had the knot in the back of the book and brought them through to the front so they're not connected, or you can do it the other way. I actually like to do it and put the knot in the very back. It just depends. It's personal preference, whatever you want to do. Like with this one, I had the knot in the back, and then I brought it through and tied it together here. So what I do is I just go ahead and we'll say this is the back of the book here. Is I just thread, and this is the hardest part actually, is threading the hairbands through. And I just thread it through this one and until the knot's there, and then this one through the other hole. And again, I usually do a page at a time because you've got all your embellishments and all the other stuff on there, so it usually takes a little while to maneuver them. And it's usually, like I said, when I get all the pages in, I usually got about that much room left, you know. And then what I do is I take a piece of ribbon, and again, this would be my front, for example, and then I just tie the two together with a piece of ribbon like this. Now, you don't have to do it this way. You can have it so you tie it together so the ribbons are in the back, and then this would be the front of your book, and then you can embellish it that way if you want to tie ribbons on the front. But since I'm going to go have ribbons anyway, and like I did on this one, I just tied it in the front together. Then I just tie a knot, and then a bow or whatever else I want to do. So that's the one side, and then you do the same with the bottom. Again, you take your 2 hairbands and you loop it through. So you have it like this, and then you feed it through again. And again, because usually your embellishments are all on there, you have to do like one page at a time. And then if it's so thick, it'll be right here at the end. So I'll take like a pencil or something and stick it in there just so it won't pull back through because it's nothing worse than having that happen to you. You have to start all over. But then you take and you go ahead and feed the other one through. And then you would tie these together with another piece of ribbon. And then what that does is it gives you the ability to have it stacked up pretty high, and then you can fold your pages open. Now you also can do it, again, this is just how I do it when I do 4 holes and I do it this way. But you can also do it when you have a smaller book, like this one, where you feed it through the top and around the back and then back up through this way and tie them together. I did see, and you don't have to use ribbon to tie together, you can use something else. I did see on one of Belinda's videos where she had taken, which I thought was a really clever idea, she had taken the hairbands and she had attached them together with little rings. And it was really cool because then you would have your hairband here, you would only have the 2 holes, and this one would be here, and then she linked them together with a round ring. Like a jump ring that you would feed through, and then hooked them together. So that was really clever. So you can get real creative and do it different ways. Again, you can do it so it's bound this way, like this. Or if you want, you can do just the 2 holes if it's a smaller book, and you can tie it together this way and have it bound this way. So it's up to you. It's personal preference, but that's how I do my hairband binding. Like in this particular book, I have the 4 holes, and in this particular book, which is really super chunky, I just have the 2 holes, but I actually had to use, and if it's really fat like this, you might need to use 3 hairbands, and it just opens like this. So that's how I do my hairband binding that I learned from Belinda Akers. So thank you, Belinda, for showing me how to do this, and I hope everybody tries it because it's really kind of nice. It's a great way to do binding when you have really, really thick books. So there you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.